Hey y'all, welcome back to K Cooks. I am Keisha Michelle, and today we are going to be experimenting with Candied Kiwi. I've gotten a few requests for this video, and you guys, this is actually my very first time making them. This is not an order. This is simply just Keisha in the lab experimenting. I am using the regular green kiwi, and I'm also going to be dipping some golden kiwi as well. I'm going to dip some frozen and some not frozen. So here I am just slicing the kiwi, and I don't know what you want to call these, inches, centimeters, whatever, but you see what I'm doing, girl. Just watch and take notes. And once I am done chopping them up like so, I am going to pop some in the freezer and leave some at room temperature, just to kind of tell you guys which method I would recommend based on the lasting of the kiwi before they start leaking real bad. Yes, you can leave the skin on your kiwi. You will not be able to taste the fuzziness of the kiwi, you guys, and it is absolutely 100% okay to eat the skin on a kiwi. And of course, you want to make sure that you've cleaned the kiwi off, which I did before I started recording. As you can see, I am just using a paper towel to kind of get some of the excess liquid off of the kiwi before putting them into the freezer. The ones that I am not putting in the freezer, I am just going to do this same step before I dip them into the candy mixture once it is done cooking. As you know, fruit naturally has juices, which is a great thing. It makes for a great natural treat without the candy, and an even better special treat with the candy. But for dipping purposes, we have to try to minimize that juice as much as possible when dealing with the candy. So for your candy mixture, you're going to need 4 cups of sugar, 3 cups of water, 1 cup of Karo syrup. I am adding all of my ingredients into my heavy bottom, heavy duty pot. You want to make sure that you are using a very heavy duty pot when dealing with candy mixture, you guys. It is very vital and important to ensure even cooking, even heat distribution while you're making your candy mixture. Y'all, I thoroughly enjoy trying new treats for my treat business and testing different things out for you guys so that you can learn through me, learn through my mistakes, my trial and error, so that you can then take notes and use it for your personal use or for your treats business if you have one. So if you ever have anything that you may want me to try out or make here on my cooking channel, please be sure to leave a comment down below. I love to hear you all's feedback on my videos. I just really appreciate y'all being here and watching and kicking it with me. So shout out to all my loyal subscribers. I love y'all for real. All right, let's get back to business. So you have to use a candy thermometer, y'all. Like, there's ways to make it without the candy thermometer, obviously, but if you really want to take that pressure off, girl, just get you a candy thermometer. I'll be sure to link this down below in the description box as well. And if you don't take nothing else from this video, y'all, get y'all an induction burner, an electric induction burner. I'll be sure to link that down below in the description box as well. You also want to crush up any toppings that you may want. I use Jolly Ranchers. You can use Starburst, lemon heads, cherry heads, whatever candy topping you want. You need to blend those up. If you use sticky candy, you want to freeze them for about an hour or 2, and then you want to blend them up in a food processor. While your candy is cooking, you do not want to touch it. You're going to cook it until your candy thermometer reads 300 degrees. Once it is complete, I'm going to add in my flavor, a few drops of the flavoring. I think I used watermelon, and then I added in a few drops of the white. Wilton white is my favorite. You cannot use a ton of that as it will thicken up your candy mixture. And I also added in some blue gel food coloring. And you're going to mix that very well until your blue is bluing like it's supposed to. So now we're just going to go ahead and dip our kiwi. You guys, you want to make sure that you're laying your fruit on parchment paper. Do not use wax paper because your stuff will stick to that wax paper. You're going to have remnants of the wax paper on your fruit, and that ain't going to be good. Okay, so here I'm just kind of playing around, seeing how I want to dip them. I did a few of them half dipped. And of course, when you do it that way, it is going to create extra moisture. But it's okay. It's just whatever you would prefer. And then I also dip some whole. So if you want to dip them whole, you want to dip it half first. Let that cool. It's going to cool really fast if it's frozen. And then you're just going to pick up the fruit once it has cooled. And then you're going to dip the other half in. If you want to avoid those little puddles of candy at the bottom of your fruit, hold it up for a few seconds before laying it down, just to kind of avoid that extra poolage at the bottom. Here I just dip in the other half of a half dipped kiwi. And I was also playing around with how I wanted the Jolly Ranchers to lay. I did send out an order of these kiwi, but this was not in order. I was just playing around with it, and I'll show you guys how that order actually looked. The customer absolutely loved it. She ordered grapes and kiwi, and I think she ordered some strawberries. Stay tuned for the strawberry candy video. That'll be uploaded next after this one. Super delicious treat. I make mine a little different as well, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure your post notifications are turned on for that. Okay, y'all, so as y'all can see, I'm not wearing any gloves because this is not an order, and also I ran out of gloves at this point. It was time for a restock. But I highly recommend that you get you some vinyl gloves, the ones without the latex, because not only does it protect your hands from getting super sticky, but I had a few people comment on a few of my videos saying that they burnt themselves, yada, yada, yada. Listen to me. Don't forget this. Wear gloves when you're making these treats. If you ever burn yourself, you can just yank the glove off. The burning will go away instantly. I promise. Candy burns hit different than regular burns. Trust me. Wear gloves. Once you have finished your candy kiwi and packaged them up, you want to store them into the refrigerator. I never keep candy like this, like pineapples, pickles. I do not keep those overnight. I make all my orders to order fresh daily, and I get them out to my customers. The sooner they get to the customer, the better. And this is what we have. And now I'm going to do a live taste. Okay, you guys, so I'm getting ready to try the Candied Kiwi. I just want you guys to be able to hear the crunch that comes from the candy. I have already tried it. It's really good. This is actually my first time trying Candied Kiwi, and I was a little suspect about it at first, but I'm actually pretty shocked. I used the raspberry flavoring, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to add the crushed Jolly Rancher, and I didn't want to add it over the entire thing, which is a little impossible to do. As you can see, that one, I think this one, yeah, this one was a frozen one. So yeah, so let's bite. That is so good. I hear a crunch. So good. Really good. We some. Really yummy. Now, I think that one was one that was not frozen. So now I'm gonna try a frozen one that was frozen and I dipped. That one's pretty cold. Yep, let's go for this one. Here's the frozen one. As you can see, it's not like dripping. The ones that were not frozen did in fact drip. So this is a frozen one, no drippage whatsoever. We're gonna go in for a bite. Wow. So once you bite into the ones that were frozen, the juices will come out. We're already dripping. And it actually makes it 10 times juicy, which I kind of appreciate. I think this one is a golden one. Okay. I'm gonna try a green one. This one was frozen. I like that. You guys, really good. Look at my mouth. Sheesh.